That's why he gets driven. Here he comes on the run. And that's the player.
Today we're going to be talking about the 2018 Red Sox. One thing I want to highlight before we get into this section, you always know we got to name drop this team. Holy name drops. Xander Bogart, Mookie Betts, Craig Kimbrell, Andrew Benintendi. I could literally just name drop this team for days. This team was freaking sick. Let it be like the other thing that I've noticed. Sorry, there was a dog hair floating in front of me. The other thing I've noticed is that these two World Series, 2018, 2019, before this COVID one, gosh, it makes you appreciate fans so much more. Let's get into it. Getting ready for this 2018 season. You have Alex Correa, dirty dog, and baseball fans, you know Alex Correa is a dirty, sign-stealing... You know the story. Dog. So he comes in, first season, 2018, going to do his thing. So they go out, big offseason move that they made, sign JD Martinez, 5 years, $110 million. That's freaking crazy. If you look up JD Martinez now versus then, I swear the dude is not aged. I mean, it's been a few years since then, but the dude is not aged in his face. So let's get into this 118th season for the Red Sox, 107th at Fenway. I just thought Fenway was always around since the Red Sox. Apparently not. Right as we get into the regular season, the very first freaking thing I'm going to talk about is Joe Kelly. And baseball fans, if you know Joe Kelly and he's played for your team, you freaking love that guy. And honestly, even if he's never played for your team, you probably still love that guy. And when you started to love him for real was probably this moment right here that Josh is going to pull up and we're going to kind of react to it with you guys.
Bench is cleared after that.
He's thrown in on him once. Oh yeah, now we got him. Good boy wants to act tough and Joe Kelly says, come on with it. I feel like there's actually some clean shots landed in that. You don't see that in a lot of baseball brawls, but there was some clean shots landed. Boston, Yankees, rivalry, back on. Look at this dude. This dude's like, give me another steroid shot in my ass. Let's go. Start off regular season with a freaking bang right off the start. April 11th, that brawl go down in history. Red Sox-Yankees rivalry back on in a big way. And so what does that do for the Red Sox? Oh, it just makes them go and win 19 games in April, which set a new franchise record. Speed it up to the All-Star break. They're 68-30, just freaking riding high. They go trade for Ian Kinsler. They go 18-8 in August. They finish first in the AL East by a large margin, like 8.5 games, and have the best record in the MLB at 108-54. At the end of that season, you got Mookie Betts as the AL MVP, just stepping onto the scene as the dog that he is. We've already talked about him before. We'll talk about him a lot, I'm sure, throughout these podcasts. 346 average throughout the season, 32 RBIs, 80 ribbies. Led the league in batting average. Love that. David Price wins Comeback Player of the Year. Goes 16-7 on the season, 3.58 ERA with a 1.14 whip. That's just throwing gems. And he was old, is very old. Then JD Martinez, that guy that they gave that huge contract to, wins Player's Choice Player of the Year, has a 330 batting average, 43 freaking dingers, 130 ribbies. Led the league in RBIs. That's crazy. Hey Red Sox fans, Coopersburg Sports proudly introduces the 2018 World Series Championship Bat, a timeless tribute to baseball's iconic Jewel event. This memento features classic logos and graphics reminiscent of baseball's golden era, and captures the timeless magic of when your Red Sox became the 2018 World Series champions. Whether you're a season collector or a diehard fan, visit GameTimeBats.com to pick up your vintage keepsake today. That team is rolling red hot, like smoking white red hot into the postseason. And who do they got in the first round? I mean, this is just poetic justice, folks. First round, ALDS. First the Yankees. Yankees, Red Sox rivalry back on and in the postseason. What happens? Boston takes game one, 5-4. Love that. They do that behind a JD Martinez home run and Chris Sale on the bunt for him game one. Game two, Yankees take it in Boston, 6-2, tie up the series 1-1. Judge hits a home run, 2 dingers from Gary Sanchez, whoever the heck that is. I don't know who Gary Sanchez is. Sorry, buddy. Then they roll in 1-1, series tied. They're going into game 3 in New York, and Boston puts a freaking shellacking on the Yankees in their ballpark, gives the Yankees the worst loss deficit that they have ever had in postseason history for the Yankees franchise, one of the oldest franchises of all time. They win game 3, 16-1. take a 2-1 series lead. Red Sox scored in every inning except for 3. They put up 7 runs in the 4th, and Brock Holt in that game hit for the cycle. He finished that bad boy off with a dinger off of like the backup catcher on the mound in the 9th inning, which is just hilarious. But history, Brock Holt stamps his name, first player ever to hit for the cycle in the MLB postseason. Freaking nuts. I don't know what Brock Holt, I don't know what you've done since, but you're in the history books, so that's pretty sick. And so now you're up 2-1 in the series, best of 5 series. They roll in game 4 in New York, beat them 4-3, win the series. Let's move it on. ALCS versus your familiar foe, the Houston Astros. So we roll into the ALCS versus the Houston Astros. It is a rematch of the year before, 2017 ALDS, where Houston won and then they went on to win the World Series. So Boston is thinking, you ended our season last year. It's time for us to cut the cord and end your season this year. And let's just say, didn't go as planned to start. Astros win game 1, 7-2 in Boston and take 1-0 series lead. Whew, that's a gut punch. Then the Red Sox will go on to win the next 4 freaking games in a row. And that was including 3 games in Houston. Red Sox win game 2, 7-5, tie up series 1-1. Big highlight of that game, and really this whole series, you'll hear me say this dude's name. Jackie Bradley Jr., hell of a name. He has a 3 RBI double in the 3rd inning, gave the Red Sox a lead. They tie the series, roll into game 3 in Houston. They win game 3, 8-2, behind home runs from Jackie Bradley Jr. and Steve Pearce. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. Jackie Bradley Jr., who you've heard of, Steve Pearce. And when I say that, you're probably thinking exactly what I thought. Who the is Steve Pearce? And I think we've now found a reoccurring theme that we can do with these episodes of who the is this guy. So who the is Steve Pearce? Let me pull it up really quick. By the way, he had a home run in this game. That's not his last home run. But let me just tell you a little bit about Steve Pearce before I say his name a few more times. Because trust me, he was more significant than you think. So Steve Pearce, for you seam heads, because trust me, I know you don't know this, so I'm just going to tell you. Because I didn't know it, so I know you don't know it. He's 41 years old. His MLB debut was September 1st, 2007 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. His last MLB appearance May 31st, 2019 for none other than Boston Red Sox. So a year after they won the World Series. Think about that. That is a long career. And you think, okay, he played for such a long time. What did he do? Absolutely nothing. Besides this postseason, really once this World Series happened, he did some things. He hit 94 career home runs, but he never was like the guy. Never a starter, career journeyman. Played on the Pirates, the Orioles, the Astros, the Yankees, the Orioles, the Rays, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, and ended his career with the Red Sox. So pretty sick. He gets to go out on a bang with this ride. And trust me, this is not the last time I'm about to talk about you. And all I have to say is, Steve Pearce, I'm sorry. I'm sorry we don't know who you are, but who the are you? We're about to find out. That is in game 3. Red Sox rout the Astros in game 3 in Houston, 8-2, take a 2-1 series lead. Then they roll into game 3, and in game 3, who do you think? Steve Pearce hits a ding-dong, gives the Red Sox a lead in the 6th inning. They go on, win that game 8-2. They are rolling, 2-1 lead. Now they roll into game 4 in Houston, and what do? They say, boys, keep stepping on the gas, step on their throat. They win that game 8-6 to take a 3-1 series lead behind home runs from Jackie Bradley Jr. I'm going to say his name a lot. And then probably the sickest thing of this game was Andrew Benintendi makes a diving catch in center field for the final out of game 4. Red Sox win game 4, up 3-1 in the series, rolling into game 5. Let's win this game, win the series, and roll on to the World Series. And that's exactly what they freaking do. They win game 5, advance to the World Series. They win that game 4-1 behind home runs from Rafael Devers. Probably forgot that he was on this team. I didn't. JD Martinez also hits a ding-dong. David Price wins that game on the bump, gets his first win in a postseason game, and that was his 12th appearance. So think about it. He had always been a good regular season pitcher, but the postseason had haunted this dude, and he finally gets his first dub to send the boys to the World Series. We're rolling to the World Series versus the big, the bad LA Dodgers. It's the second meeting between these teams in the World Series. Last one, 1916. Yeah, that's back there, folks. So game 1, Red Sox win in Boston, 8-4, behind a pinch hit 7th inning 3-run ding-dong Johnson from Eduardo Nunez to give a Red Sox 8-4 lead. They are up 1-0 in the series. Roll into game 2. Red Sox also win, 4-2. They take a 2-0 series lead behind David Price on the bump again, going 6 innings, allowing only 3 hits, 2 runs, striking out 5, getting that second postseason win. of his career. You're now up 2-0. You're going to LA. What happens next? Game 3 gives us the new longest game in World Series history. Make sure you check out the White Sox podcast that we have to talk about the previous longest game in World Series history. 18 innings, 7 hours and 20 minutes. Max Muncy finishes the whole thing off, sends that Dodgers fans home happy with a walk-off home run in the 18th inning to win 3-2. Makes the series 2-1. Roll into Game 4 in LA. Red Sox say, boys, we're not done. We got to keep this stuff rolling. They win the game 9-6 to take a 3-1 series lead. In that game, they scored 4 runs in the 6th inning. Then the Red Sox would come back and score 9 runs between the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. And of those runs, Mitch Moreland, ding dong. Steve Pearce, our guy, also ding dong. Red Sox won the game, take 3-1 lead. So now we're rolling into Game 5. One more game, folks, and Red Sox are World Series champions. And what do? They keep it rolling. They win Game 5, 5-1 to win the World Series. Their 4th World Series title in 15 years. In the last 15 years. Pretty sick. They are a staple in the postseason. Steve Pearce, our guy, hits not 1, but 2 ding-dong Johnsons. Who the is this guy? Steve Pearce says, you should know who I am now. JD Martinez also hits a ding-dong. Mookie Betts also hits a ding-dong. Our guy, David Price, comeback player of the year, pitches 7 innings, allows one run on 3 hits. They win that game. They're World Series champs. And who do you think that MVP is going to be? Mr. How do you like me now? Do you know who I am now? Steve Pearce wins the World Series MVP because in this series he hit 3 dingers, 8 RBIs, and help them run it to that World Series title. I thought this was pretty sick. Their team's motto throughout the season is do damage. Then when they won, the motto switched to damage done. Well, your boy Steve Pearce ended his career doing damage, and the damage bin's done, and he's got that World Series ring, and now people know who the hell you are, guy. Love it. So that's all I got for the World Series. Thank you again for watching this episode. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it to a friend, share it to a coworker, show us some love. Make sure you show our sponsor some love. Go to GameTimeBats.com, buy you this 2018 Boston Red Sox World Series Championship bat, throw it in the trophy case. You know, I tell you all the time, go do it though. Go hit that. While you're at it, smash the like button for us, smash that sub button for us. Thanks for listening to this. If you're still here, you're a real one. And that's all I got, folks. We'll see ya.